Hi my stars, so my dumbass forgot to unblock my headphones from this video, so I'll be voiceovering this. So I went to my local graveyard. Here I'm just so when I got to the graveyard. I was walking around, there was like two old people here, so I was just trying to avoid not accidentally recording them, so the first of this footage is just me walking around waiting for them to leave. And here I'm just recording and waiting and walking around, just trying to not look any suspicious. Like, yeah, definitely walking with this camera is anything but suspicious. Anyway, I'm walking around, trying to avoid checking if the old people are leaving. They were leaving, so I was pretty lucky. So here's the graveyard. A bit what I can show. Then I show it more, don't worry about it. So this is kind of my first exploring video, so I can allow to be making mistakes at this first one. Because I'm so professional still. Anyway, I'm talking about something. Then there was no one at the graveyard anymore, so I was kind of feeling more comfortable. So here I'm just talking about something I actually don't even know what I'm talking about. Actually, I have no idea. I can't lip sync myself. Anyway, here's the graveyard. It was pretty beautiful day, I can say, but it was really cold, and my dumbass, of course, didn't put gloves on. So yeah, it was kind of freezing. Anyway, I'm walking around, checking if I can see anyone. There was no one anymore, so I was kind of more comfortable just talking and walking around with this camera. I was trying to find a place to put my camera so I can get my equipment out, aka my EMF reader. But anyway, I was going there because I think there's the best place where I can set my camera right now. It was getting cold, of course. We are literally in the seaside, more in the city, so yeah. Anyway, there's kind of portals in here in this graveyard and stuff, so I just wanted to catch some activity. So here I'm trying to kind of set my camera down. As you can see, it's a flat surface, but I can't balance with this tripod at all, so I'm kind of adjusting the legs to make it actually stand. So yeah, here's me, beautiful. So here I'm just doing that and getting my EMF reader out of my beautiful ghost bag. Yeah, because I needed, and it was the only kind of good equipment I had, minus the cat ball, and this happens. I'm just so great. If the camera falls, I put it back up to get my EMF reader. And I will pop a picture of what a EMF reader is right in the screen, so yeah. So I turn it on and put my ghost bag, take my camera, and continue my journey to see. Of course, my recording is very professional, so I was recording half the ground at this first point. But you can see some of the grays here. I'm just recording the ground and myself. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I was trying to catch some activity. And yes, I'm showing the ground because I'm so professional at cameraman myself. So yeah, next I will set it down. But here I'm just walking around with the EMF reader, trying to find something. I did catch something, I think, off camera, but well, you know, here I'm stepping back, it flashed yellow, so I was like, well, that's great. So yeah, I'm walking around, just beautiful ground recording. It was flashing already, so I was already picking up something. It was great. But I kept walking around with this EMF reader. Kept walking. Then I stop again. I guess I catch something, I don't know. It can't really be shown. As you can see, I'm really professional at camera acting. So yeah, I'm walking around and showing the ground and leaves and a few graves. Okay, here we go. We can see something else now. Here's the EMF reader again. It was going off, but it was just great. That's what I needed. Yeah, I walked around and tried to catch something else. It was flashing a bit. In some places not. I was just happy to got picked up something. It was literally middle of the day because I can go at night, has like strict parents. Anyway, I was walking around the graveyard, minding my own business. I remember I was alone at this graveyard because it was a Tuesday morning at like 10 a.m. So yeah, I was just walking around. My hands were getting cold, so that's probably what I was complaining about. At the same time that I was hearing like a laughter, but there was literally no one at sight, so that was just great. Anyway, I kept walking around, talking about something. I can't really lip sync myself. Anyway, I kept walking around, looking around. And the EMF reader was, again, not inside that much. Because I'm so professional at this camera recording anyway. I was walking around the graveyard, left and right in the center at this graveyard. Because I didn't know really where to go, what to do really at this, because I was new to this, but I know I will get better at recording the actual thing. Here I stop again because I caught something, but it didn't flash again, so that was a bummer. And if you ask about that heart sticker in my EMF reader, that's from my teacher, because well, we got those before spring break. So yeah, I kept walking around, just trying to catch anything. It was not going off at this, and it went off again. But there was really, and now it's not going off again. That was just great. It goes off at certain points and then it doesn't. It's like there is something but nothing. So it went off and stuff. I was walking around. It was a great exercise for me to just walk around a graveyard. But yeah, it went off. I didn't stop at everything what I stupid because I should have. Here it flashed yellow, so I tried to look what it was, but nothing else happened. Explorer, I was unlimited time here, so I didn't end up using that much equipment besides just my VFL EMF reader. Next time I will use my other equipment what I had in my bag, but well, it was already kind of limited time for me to record, but I still wanted to go because there's the rare times there's actually good weather outside in the fall season, so yeah, just walking around. Just talking about something, I didn't know, probably because it was harder for me to breathe. I don't know why it was getting harder for me to breathe. The EMF reader was going off. I was just walking around the graveyard, looking around. There was no one there. I was just looking around if I could see something. Here I heard something, look down, but I didn't see anything. There was some cars passing by, but I know it wasn't a car. And it was really early in the morning, so there was really no one outside. Well, it's probably and probably not at the graveyard for fuck's sake. And here you can see me showing around. I saw something, but I just didn't really stop that much to look around, but I didn't see anything. I saw something at the corner of my eye, but it wasn't anything. Then I don't know why I jumped. I probably almost tripped, so here I'm going around again with my EMF reader, trying to get to that wall to just kind of relax my arms and set the camera down for a bit. So you can see me just walking there. Beautiful. It was just me walking there and doing the best camera acting ever. Because I'm just so great at doing this camera thing. But I will get better at recording soon enough. So here I'm trying to set my camera down again so I can kind of relax my arms and see if anything happens with the EMF reader. As you can see, I crouched down, looked around, and the EMF reader was going off, but it was just great. Something was with me over there at the corner of the graveyard, as you can see. So you can also comment if you see anything at the background of this video what I didn't see, so that will help a lot. But you can see I was trying to set it down, but of course you can see it if I set it down besides, so I get up, look around for a bit, and then just take my camera and continue my journey. Of course, my dumbass was kind of freezing, my hands were freezing, but still. Here my dumbass is trying to look around and just try to set my camera down again, but of course it was not that surface where you could have really set it down, so I left it at that. And continued because I think there was like another wall at the front of the graveyard, so I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna go there to put my gloves on or something. I remember. No, I didn't actually put my gloves on yet. I put them on like after walking to another wall, I think, and then just taking my gloves out of my bag and picking up my camera and continuing my journey to another wall. I was moving up to walls and walls a lot. I don't know why I was just that dumb, but oh well. We are all doing our best things here, so yeah, I continued to walk and talk about something, probably that I was cold and my EMF reader was going off. Or something like, I don't really know, I can't lip sync myself. If you can lip sync, you know what I'm talking about. if it's even something smart. I don't remember what I'm talking about, but anyway, continue to walk around, and then I set my camera down again to get my gloves and cat ball out. I didn't end up using the cat ball because I forgot about it. Anyway, I set it down and make my smart decision to put my EMF reader somewhere. Well, I wasn't really smart because you can see on the background there was no one in there, but I was just looking around. And you can see me talking about something, probably getting out my gloves and cat ball. And yeah, so I was getting out my gloves and the EMF reader wasn't going that much off. So I was thinking where I can put the EMF reader. So I decided to look around for a bit, still wondering. Then I just make the smart decision to actually put it against the grave. Don't do this. I will accidentally probably step on the grave. But yeah, here you can see me putting the EMF reader down to the ground next to the grave. It was going off, but I didn't realize because my back was turned to that EMF reader. I was getting my gloves out. But anyway, I got my gloves and cat ball from my bag. I found my gloves and my cat ball was kinda on the bottom of my bag, so it was kinda hard to get out because I had a lot of stuff there. Because ghost equipment, paranormal equipment, as you can say. I heard something, looked around. I saw no one, so yeah, that was just great. Something was there with me. I don't know what it was, but there was a lot of portals, like those 3 portals. I don't remember what they were called. Anyway, I take my cat ball, it just goes off with pressing a button and goes off. So if it goes off without me pressing the button, it isn't me. Anyway, I get my EMF reader back and I drop it, and there's where I stepped on the grave. That's like the one rule, but you can't do on a graveyard, step on a grave. Anyway, I take my EMF reader, it was going off, and I won't blame myself at that it was going off because, well, you know, me being stupid is the one thing. I look around for a bit still, and my hat is just beautifully on, as you can see. Then I take my gloves and take my camera and continue my journey to go to another wall to put my gloves on because, well, I didn't want to be probably there much when I saw that I actually stepped on that grave. I did say sorry that I stepped on that grave. Anyway, here I'm talking about my hands were getting cold. It was hard to breathe. It was actually getting harder to breathe for me. So here I'm just walking around, checking around. Just the normal. And I saw crows around, so that was just great. Then I continued when I was looking at the crows. Then as you can see, there was a lot of trees, so there was a few tree portals in here. I'm not remembering the actual name of the tree portals. If anyone remembers, please let me know, because my mind is on 10,000 places at one time, so, you know. Anyway, I continued to walk around, to walk to a wall. At the front of the graveyard was probably the smartest idea, because there was like 2 workers just getting those, I don't know what, they were like metal, like just flat metal. I don't know why a graveyard had flat metal just on the ground, but they were getting those, and I just walked there. I didn't see the workers at first. I was just walking around and talking about something, and this probably looked really great to the workers who were there. Probably very odd, but well, they were doing their thing and I'm doing my thing. Okay, walking around a graveyard. As you can see, I was walking to that wall in front there. It was pretty beautiful, but still, you can see the house over there. I don't know, I think it's just the church, I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyway, I walk into this wall. You can see the sea was there and the city was there. So yeah, it was pretty peaceful. I was walking to this wall to put my camera and put now my gloves on so I wouldn't freeze my hands. It'd be a smart idea. And the workers were right there at that because there was some metal over there. When I saw those workers, then I just kind of freaked out. Here I saw some birds, so yeah. Yeah, now I realized there was workers, like 2 workers there, but I didn't really care because I was just putting my gloves on. I set my camera down to put my gloves on, look around and look at the workers. The EMF reader wasn't going off here, so I think when I go back to the back of the graveyard, it will go off again. It was like when I was at the front of the graveyard, nothing was going off, but when I was at the back or the middle of the graveyard, it goes off, so that was just great. And here you can see me showing the graveyard, not the graveyard, the EMF reader, and here I dropped my cat ball at the same time to the ground because I was trying to put my gloves on, multitasking this. So my cat ball drops to the ground. That was great. As you can see, I realized, well, shit, it dropped. Then I picked my cat ball up when I got my gloves back on. That was great. And I put my cat ball in my pocket to be safe. And pick up my camera and continue to walk around. It was getting harder for me to breathe, so I was just trying to make this as quick as possible to not get anything. I don't know what happened here. I guess I almost accidentally dropped my camera. So here you can see me professionally recording the ground and not my EMF reader, because I'm smart. But we all know that. Anyway, here I'm just walking around, trying to walk to somewhere back deep into the graveyard, away from those workers, but I think those workers left, or I didn't see them anymore, so wins for me. So I soon came across this weird thing where it was this big area of just where there's one gravestone, like a really small gravestone at the middle, at the middle part of it, but it have back, and there was this huge tree coming out of the middle of it. It was like a portal, but I didn't test it if it was. It was just kind of going like a portal, so that was just great. I found one portal, even not intentionally. I was just looking around at that weird thing because it's actually kind of odd. But here I'm walking around at the graves. This is not where I found that thing, or it already went, I don't know, because I'm just voiceovering this and not really looking around at the video, but I was probably not smart. But here I'm talking about something and looking around. It was really nice, but the sun was starting to set because we don't get that much sunlight. But anyway, I was walking around, taking my time looking around, just trying to spot anything odd. You can see me again. The weird spot was odd, and I was seeing those, some trees were actually probably portals, because they were portal shaped. So yeah, I found a few portals at that graveyard, so that's great. I really want to go back to the graveyard and just actually do something else than walk around with the EMF reader, but I have to just see when I can do that. But there's the weird area, what I was talking about earlier. It was really weird. It was just this big opening with one huge tree in the middle and one gravestone, so I didn't know if I was actually walking on a grave or walking just on a random empty spot. I really didn't know. It was weird. As you can see, the tree behind me, that was the tree that I was talking about. The weird tree in the middle. It was very odd. There's only one gravestone and that big area, so I didn't know if I was actually stepping on a grave, because I'm a dumbass. Anyway, continued to walk around, exiting that side of it, and continued to wave around with my EMF reader, as you can see probably. Walked along the grave sidewalks. As you can see, that's just beautiful. So I kept walking around, looking at my EMF reader and stuff. It was very beautiful. I loved the trees there. There was a yellow tree because it was the fall season. I always have loved fall for its colors and stuff. It was very beautiful. Here I heard something, looked back, but I didn't really see anything, so I brushed it off. As you can see, I was just looking around again because I was just being myself, and I'm an introvert, so I was just checking around. No one actually was walking to the graveyard. Would be kind of awkward to bump into someone with you having a camera on and talking into the camera. As you can see, my arm was getting tired, so I had to do this. It was very beautiful and professional. Anyway, I kept walking around, doing my thing, just walking and talking about something. The EMF reader was going off. It was just great news. So I kept walking around and checking if I saw anything, but I was getting hungry for me to breathe, so I knew I had to end this soon, but I still wanted to walk around for a bit still and see if I can catch anything else. And I wanted to go to the 3 portals what I had, so here I see something at the corner of my eye and turn around kind of to see, but I didn't see anything. Let me know if you saw anything. I was pointing to where I saw something, but I didn't see it anymore. I saw it out of my corner of my eye, so I didn't know what that was. But yeah, I was just kept walking around and so in the graveyard, it was pretty big, so I kept walking around and looking around and checking the EMF reader if there was anything going off in there, but nothing was really going off yet. It was pretty good because I was already catching some things. So here I kept walking around. I was at the back of the graveyard, like at the back of the side of the graveyard, if being exact. I was walking around talking, and it was getting harder for me to breathe every second, but well, hardcore I guess. So I kept walking around talking. I don't actually know what I'm even talking about in here again. Here I see something again. I stop around to look around. It was very weird because I saw something again. Here I kind of stop, gather myself because I'm not scared, definitely. I'm just kind of anxious because when I was 8 years old, I had a shadow man up my ass 24/7 at my old apartment. So yeah, just I guess it runs in the family because my sisters also saw and heard things, like saw shadow people and stuff, so that was great. I walked around with the CMF reader, talking, taking the reader, talking about probably I was hard on me to actually get into breathe. The EMF reader wasn't going off yet. I was pretty happy it wasn't going off yet because I just saw something and I was really not happy. Here it started to go off again, and it looks like it wanted me to follow it through there, so I did the smartest move. What I can do is first check around and then just continue to walk that where it wanted me to walk. What was probably really stupid, but we do stupid decisions here, so let's just walk there. As you can see, it was starting to flash more when I was walking there, so something wanted me to actually follow it, but of course I just walked past it probably because I didn't want to really stop it. I was going because I really was carrying me to 100 breathe, so anyway, here it was going off, as you can see, it's going off pretty much. And then it stopped, so I really walked past something or walked through something. So I was just continuing to walk around and do my thing. As you can see, I was probably saying here it was going off pretty much, but I didn't want to stop. So I kept walking around. It was really nice because the graveyard was empty, but at the same time getting this activity seen actually something at the corner of my eye was not the best. Here's the portal tree, but I really wanted to see if it actually was a portal. So here you can see me going up to the tree and doing my EMF reader. It was going off, so I guess I found one of the portals of the graveyard. There's probably plenty of more portals, but I don't know. But it was going off very crazily. So yeah, that's me just showing it. Did went to yellow, so there was one portal. It wasn't obvious on the way it was growing. So yeah, that was a portal. I continued to walk around. It was very just great. I found one portal and probably one portal. It was going off, but that's probably because I lifted it up to my face. So I continued to walk around with the CMF reader. It's going off. I wasn't that much. It was going off anymore, so I just kept walking around. It was very windy, so I was getting myself probably cold. So I just wanted to end the video soon because I was actually getting harder to me to breathe and stuff, and I already caught some things and I have limited time to record, so there are many things I needed to why I needed to end this video. I will do longer ones when I have more time, but this was just one of the taste of getting to exploring. Here's another apology because my amazing camera man, the amazing cameraman I was, this was just, you can't even see anything. I don't remember did that go off or not, but I just continued to walk around and find a place where I can set my camera down and just end the video here. I tried this tree. It did go off, but it didn't go off as much as the first tree that I tried. So there's gonna be a portal. There was just something peeking out the tree that can be. And here I'm an amazing cameraman again of just not recording the goddamn EMF reader. Anyway, I say that and just continue to walk around. Walk to find a actually just go to a wall where I can set my camera down and get this video ended because it was just getting harder for me to breathe and stuff. I was hearing things like laughter and stuff, so I just wanted to end this. And something blew in my ear, so that's great. Here, I'm just walking around, looking around. It's just the last final moments what I have before I wanted to leave. So I don't know what I was talking about, and I saw some crows, so I was kind of looking off to the side because I wanted to see the crows. So yeah, here I'm just talking about something again. It was very beautiful, so not gonna lie. And here I see something, or something again, but I kind of ignore it because, well, I just want it out. Here you can see me using the camera down again to get a thumbnail, of course. So here you can see me properly sitting this and getting it perfectly. So there, and then I step back to pose for a thumbnail. As you can see, very beautiful posing. Then I walk back to the camera, crouch down for a bit. Then I almost tripped taking my camera, and just say it was very fun. Like, I enjoyed this, but I really just wanted to get home because. And here I see something. You can see it probably in my face. I saw something again. I point the camera there quickly, and then just say, okay, this was very much fun, and I will try to my best to record more, explore when I have time, and go to other places than just this graveyard. But we catch a lot of things at the EMF reader, but it was just crazy right now for me. What you can see is one of that. What the